What's up, guys? Welcome to the Bitcoin update. We're going to be looking at the charts. First, I want to take a look at the traditional market futures. Dow is down 279 points, S&P down 2750, Nasdaq down 70.25. Markets open in about 10 minutes. What I do want to talk about real quick before we get into Bitcoin is if you look at this, the Dow futures is to S&P and Nasdaq as Bitcoin is to medium cap or large cap down to medium cap. Nasdaq is like the real crappy crap coins. S&P is more like the Litecoin, Ethereum, stuff like that. Dow being like Bitcoin. So just keep that in mind when you look at these. Let's take a look real quick. This is my page. There are some tutorials down here. If you go to my homepage on YouTube, definitely check those out. There is some good bonuses down here. Also some free trading tutorials. Definitely check those out. Also, before we begin, I want to remind you guys how to hit this like button. If you go down to the bottom of the video, let's get this up to, sorry about that. Let's get this up to 2,000 likes. We have 127 now. We have 257 viewers. Come on, guys, hit the likes and let's get into it. So we're still watching this Elliott wave count. I do believe we have hit 4 and are making our way down to wave 5, which would be into the mid 20s. There is a possibility we get one more little pump up here by looking at the RSI. But as you can see in the RSI here, it does seem to be making, let me zoom in so you can see it. Does seem to be making a rising broadening wedge pattern, which is a bearish sign. May come down, retest one more time, and do something like this. RSI is my favorite, but it may do something like this. Then we would make sort of a head and shoulders here before dropping down. So that's an area to keep in mind. We'll talk about some other stuff. If you guys watched, if you follow me on Twitter, I had pointed out this morning, if you don't follow me on Twitter, it's at CryptoSavvy1. Definitely check it out. But I did post bearish divergence again this morning. Twice I showed it, but you can see it right here. Let's get in here. This is the daily. This is the hourly. You can see we were making lower highs and higher highs in the RSI. Definitely hidden bearish divergence. But let's get on to some more stuff, then I'll get into the chat. Looking at, I know a lot of people wanted to talk about this, right? So a lot of people are talking about this being accumulation, which I'm not saying it's not possible. If it is, though, it will be in here, down here for at least another month, maybe 2, if it was actually accumulation. I think it's most likely reaccumulation. We'll take a look at the charts. Let's pull up, we're going to pull up some charts here. So this is accumulation. But what a lot of people don't mention is on the accumulation chart, it has to be on the daily. It doesn't count on the 4 hour, 6 hour, none of that. You should be on the daily if you're using the Wyckoff method. Also, a lot of people don't talk about the volume has to line up. There is a volume profile. I'm not going to go over that. It would take forever in this video, but you need to look at the volume also if you're using the Wyckoff schematics. Volume is one of the most important things. So definitely, if you're going to be looking into this, read up on it fully. Don't depend on YouTubers to, help you out with that. Those of you guys that know, we have made this perfectly. This was drawn in on March 24th. The first one to call the Wyckoff right here on this channel. Now, let's take a look at if it is redistribution like I believe it to be. That would look something like this. We would be right in here now for our next move down, which would be wave 5. And as you guys know, I'm not totally bearish here. Although we could go down, it could be really, really, really bad. It could be like the market cheat sheet here, where you could see we had complacency right up here. Now we could be in the anxiety stage and then really, really just plummet. I don't think that is going to happen, but it is definitely a possibility you should be watching out for and you should consider. If you guys are interested in trading, check out PHEMEX BT, by far my favorite exchange. I don't trade against you. You can use my links down below My promo code is Savvy50. That'll get you 50% on top of whatever you deposit as a bonus to use towards your margin. Savvy25 will get you 25% off your fees. And also, we've been watching this range right here in the green. Another drop below 35,350, and I think we go down to these mid-20s sections. And as you guys can see here, I have this, the Fibonacci retracements drawn in here. That would be the golden pocket zone between 25 and 27. A break of that, I'd be looking for the approximately $7,000 range. The 9,500, right where this big volume node is down here, is where I believe we could possibly be by 2022. And let me show you how we would get there. If this is 5 waves down, creating wave A, I expect wave A in the mid-20s by the end of this month. And I do expect in somewhere in this range to get a bounce. That would be B wave, which would be 3 waves up, ending in October, September. So you could get a very long, or a very good long in here up to the 55,000 range, somewhere in that area, before continuing down for the rest of the year. Now, B I would expect to be in August or September, and then C being sometime next year, possibly beginning of the year, if this is to play out. Again, guys, there's no guarantees in markets. If anybody's trying to tell you there is, they are lying through their teeth. So anyways, let's look at this also. We've been watching this forever. This 41,000 range is huge resistance. Right now we're getting support on this volume node, which is at about 37,100. I think we're probably going to break through there. As you can see, we're making higher highs in the RSI. And if we zoom in here, this is actually lower highs in the RSI on the daily here. It was down just a hair. So that is hidden bearish divergence, which when we get hidden bearish divergence, the RSI is resetting for more continuation to the downside. So be aware of that. Guys, these the bulls are actually starting to make videos about the mid-20s, which we've been calling for months. Just be careful who you watch out there, guys. Again, I have no guarantees on what the market's going to do. I can just show you my ideas. The other guys, too, if you do follow them and take trades off of them, that's your bad if you lose. And it's nobody's credit but yours if you win. Anyways, this is the Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin chart. They're all looking pretty damn bearish, guys. Needless to say, we've been talking about this forever. Here was our EMA strategy short signal on Bitcoin. Here was our short signal on Ethereum. And here was the short signal on Litecoin. If you guys are interested in helping the channel out, definitely check out my wife's webpage, anchorimage.com. Lots of cool stuff on there, guys. And she can put anything, any project you want on there. Just hit her up in the contact. These have been going out pretty quickly. These are the mouse pads for divergence cheat sheet on the mouse pad to keep it right there by you. That's usually one of the hardest things to learn when you're starting out in crypto or any trading for that matter. All right, let's take a look here. Let's get this off of there. See what's happening here. This is the 4 hour, obviously looking pretty bearish. We could get another little pump up and test this 200 EMA again around the 39,000, somewhere in there, if we do get it. As you can see, we do have 2 hours left, but we are getting some. So this doesn't count till close. You cannot count the RSI until closing. But we are making some bullish divergence if we were to close up here. But if we zoom in and look at the EMAs here, guys, the 8 is looking to cross the 55 right now. And these are all looking, it's looking like a pretty heavy drop could be coming. And judging by the traditional markets, it's looking ugly. Now let's take a look at the DXY, looking extremely bullish, at least for one more leg up. This is the 4 hour. And as you can see, we are making hidden, well, it looks like hidden bearish divergence, but we are in an uptrend. Now, if we take a look down here at the lows, we are making hidden bullish divergence. That is a continuation of the trend. Looks like we could get another test of the high on the dollar, which would bring Bitcoin down. So let's take a look at the Dow Jones. The Dow is in trouble. We've been saying that forever. I've showed you guys the bearish divergence here. And then if we zoom in, the hidden bearish divergence, and the market's just opened and we are dropping in the Dow, guys. That is not good news for Bitcoin at all. Anyways, thanks a lot. Let's get into the chat, see who's here. So there's 660 people in here and 270 likes, guys. Take a second out, smash that like button. I showed you how to do it right here. Just hit that like button. I do appreciate it. It doesn't cost you anything but a couple seconds of your time, and it helps the channel out big time because that gives YouTube a reason to get it out to other people. So let's go back in over here. This is another chart I want to show if you're new to the channel. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. We do daily updates every day. I am going to start doing a second live stream between noon and 2 o'clock. Not sure exactly what time, but I will do it the same time every day once we get the time figured out. And I will be taking other suggestions on that channel. I don't know what's going on here with this indicator, but there we go. If we look at this, let me get it out of the way so you can see. This is the dollar in green and Bitcoin chart in the background. As you can see, every time the dollar hits this trend line, it gets rejected. Every time it hits this bottom trend line, it gets support. And when the dollar tops, Bitcoin bottoms. When the dollar bottoms, Bitcoin tops. James, thank you for the super chat. I do appreciate it, man. It says Showtime Token org. There are pre-sale on Monday. I wouldn't mess with any of that pre-sale stuff or anything to do with altcoins right now, guys, because if Bitcoin does continue down to that mid-20s range, I would wait till then to mess with any alts. Another epic job, Savvy. Thank you from the UK. Thanks, Mark. I appreciate that, man. Let's go into the 4 hour here. Which chart is this? Let's go. Where am I at here? I got lost in my charts. There we go. So anyways, this is what I'm looking at. Keep an eye on this area. We could get a bounce on the 4 hour if we close up in this area and get hidden bullish divergence. So could get one more leg up, but I don't believe that this will just continue up higher on to new all-time highs like some people seem to think. And if we draw a trend line here, does look like we are getting a bounce on that trend line, but a break of this. So guys, if we break down below that 37.1 area, open and close the next 4 hour below that, that would be pretty bad. Pretty bad. Get that off of there. All right, gonna get in the chat and see what you guys are talking about. Thanks, MT. I appreciate that. Bitcoin, do you think it will hit 2,500? Go back and watch the beginning of the video, Hottie. I'd already talked about that. Savvy, you are the best, man. When will you do a few altcoins update? I may do that. I may do some altcoin stuff in today's next video, the next update between noon and 2 o'clock. Like I said, I haven't figured out the times yet, but I may do some altcoins on that. But guys, I'm telling you, if Bitcoin's going down, altcoins will get crushed. Period. Sun seems to have gone down to 0. Any ideas why? I don't know what Sun is, but if it's an altcoin, that's why. Ethereum targets, they're the same, guys. I don't change my targets every day like all the other channels. Litecoin, I'm looking for anywhere between $50 and $80. Let's see, anywhere between 80, let's say 83 and $50 for Litecoin. And for Ethereum, I'm looking for anywhere between 1,000 and 1,250 for my first downside targets for Ethereum if Bitcoin has its dump. That's what I'm looking for. Actually, this will be 13. Anywhere between 1,000 and 13,000 here is where I'm looking for Ethereum. Savvy, what's the next resistance for DXY around 93? We're actually right around resistance now, but yeah, the next resistance going to be around 92.50 right over here at this peak over here. So, We need this crash, said Max. If it breaks 37.1 trend, where's your drop target? Where is my drop target? Well, we have a lot of room to fall, so I would imagine we go down and test this 35,000 range again, maybe bounce around there for a while, and then we'll decide more once we get there. But yeah, I would be saying between the 35,000 and 35,300 would be the next support in this area. So you're saying the other trader I'm watching is wrong, prediction 200K Bitcoin in 2021. Oh, wow. So don't forget to smash likes, guys, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and make sure your notification bells are on so you don't miss my updates. Definitely do that. Seeing we're getting some new subscribers today. Welcome. Don't forget, we have a free Discord group also. That's down below. Scroll through my affiliate links down there. If you want to check any of those out on the way, do so. But at the bottom, there is a free Discord. Totally free. Awesome community, guys. Definitely check it out. Thanks, Bryce. I appreciate it, brother. I know the secrets is 1 day death cross chances. Like I said, that death cross is on the simple moving averages. I don't use them. I use EMAs. You can check out my EMA strategy right here. Here's the like button if you guys don't know where it is. But if you want to check out my EMA strategy, go to my YouTube page right here. And if you go down to right here, it says there's some helpful videos. There's a few, let's see, this playlist here has using EMAs, using RSI patterns, finding chart patterns, learning to spot divergence. Those are all very helpful. They're older videos, not the best quality, but they definitely are valid and they don't cost you a thing. Definitely check those out if you haven't already. Also, there's a Prime XBT tutorial. A lot of people don't understand how the margin works on Prime. I explain it on there. Also, I explain copy trading. And then on BYBIT, there is a $1,600 bonus for using my link down below if you wish to check out BYBIT. But yeah, guys, as of right now, this does seem to be still playing out, in my opinion. Top content as always. Thanks, Fraser. I know secrets. 50 MA and 200 MA. Like I said, I don't use the MAs. Crypto is very volatile. EMAs are what I use, and I just showed you guys where to check it out. I show you my strategy on my YouTube page. Give it a watch. Hey, Savvy, my man, thanks for the work and the community you're building. How many coins and token would you recommend to hold? I think I'm too diversified. I don't hold any alts. You know, I'll trade an alt. I'll buy them, sell them, but I do not hold any alts. If we are in a bear market, alts are going to do horrible. They may get a nice run. Like I said, if this plays out and Bitcoin gets down to that mid-20s range by the end of the month, may be a good spot to get into some alts or whatever. But by September or August or September, I would be out of altcoins. That's just my opinion. You do what you want. Max, thanks for the super chat. Those targets for Litecoin would be godsend if it happened. Yeah, it could. Again, there's no guarantees, guys. I'm showing you my views. You know, I could be dead wrong. Like I said, this green line, if we pass this at any time, at any time, we cross this and get support on it, then we could definitely see new all-time highs still after crossing this if we get support on it. I don't think it's going to happen, but it's definitely a possibility. Something to watch for. Remember, this Elliott wave count for the fifth wave here gets invalidated if we cross 47.1 before breaking this low at 30,000. So that would invalidate it. But if we break this low, I'd be looking for wave 5. And as I've told you guys before, that could go, hold on one second. With here for you, finally, I was successful to recover last of my losses. I need work on it to recover myself from loss. Still 35. 800 under, but before you, I was 9,000 under. Right on, Ali. I'm glad to hear that, man. So, anyways, but it has nothing to do with me. You're the one that's making the decisions. So, anyways, let's take a look. Let's pull out the Fibonacci extensions on here, and we'll go from the top of wave 2 to the bottom of wave 3, and then we'll go to 4 here and see what our targets would be. So if this is the end of wave 4 here at the 41.7, which we had this drawn in months ago, guys, if you watched the channel, this is the golden pocket zone. That's why I got 23.6 here, but we also have 26.9. 27,000 is a 0.5 fib. Could get our bounce there and continue up, but yeah, the best chance I think would be that 21.7, which is also the 0.618 on this bigger chart right here. As you can see, 27.2. Thanks, Vinny. Death cross is inevitable. 50-week SMA, 200-week SMA are converging. Short term, we're going to be CO value dump. No guarantees. Always remember that, guys. No guarantees. Ichimoku cloud. I don't use the Ichimoku cloud, and since you are spamming with that, I am going to have to put you in timeout, dude. No spamming in the chat. So finally jumped in. Thanks to your channel. Appreciate your content and approach and the fact you are teaching us all. Yeah, I'm trying to do the best I can on teaching. I'm not the greatest teacher in the world, but I do give you my ideas and how I come up with them. I hope it does help. You know, I hope a lot of people are making better rational decisions. That doesn't mean to follow, you know, trade off of what I'm telling you. It does not mean that. I'm showing you how I get my results. You have to do your own research, your own due diligence. If you've traded off something I said and you made a bunch of money, it's not on me that you made the money. That's great for you. That was your decision. Same thing if you've lost money, it's not my fault. Always make your own decisions, guys. Nobody knows for sure what's going to happen. There are no guarantees in any market. I cannot stress that enough. Let's see how Dow's doing. Just for Dow's not doing good. Not doing good. It is creating some hidden bullish divergence. We could get a decent bounce, but it's not looking good either way. This is the weekly, guys. Let's go down into the smaller time frames. Let's go to the daily. Daily made a little gap here that might bounce up and close this gap before continuing down further. Getting down to the oversold. May get a little relief rally. Nothing big, I don't think. If you are profitable, you are a damn good teacher. Thanks, man. Can you show buy and sell signals? I don't do that. Nobody should rely on anybody to give them buy or sell signals. If you're not doing it on your own, that's bad news for you, man. Learn how to do it yourself. Hey, Savvy, what was the Korean channel you were going to collaborate with? Oh, I'm still going to collaborate with him. It's Epic Sam. Check him out. Awesome guy. We've talked on the phone quite a few times. Probably here within the next week, we should be able to do it. I'm finally in the studio. It's not totally finished yet, but I am recording out of it. So, how much more difficult is TA with the unpredictable Twitter BS? Don't pay attention to anyone on Twitter. That's what I say, or Twitter itself. People on Twitter are usually playing with very tiny accounts, and they just kind of like blabbing off at the mouth. Can you make a video about Elliott waves? It wouldn't be one video. Elliott wave is it took me years to understand Elliott wave, and that was to really get good at it. And I don't use Elliott wave strictly to trade. That's not reliable for just trading, as it's very, it can change. You can ask 10 different Elliott wave people, and you'll looking at one chart, and you'll get 9 different counts. So it's a great tool to have. I'm not saying that, but to trade strictly off of it's not a good idea. I don't think this, oh, the stream might be lagging. If it is, I apologize. So I may have to cut this stream down if it is lagging. I apologize, guys. What's going on? Sorry, guys, if the stream's screwing up. I guess I'm going to end the video. Obviously, YouTube is screwing up right now, and it makes it confusing for me to try to keep up with your guys' chat. So, anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to smash the likes, guys. I am out of here. I will see you guys in about 3 to 4 hours. I'll be doing another stream. Hopefully it'll be working better then. Thanks a lot, guys. I am out of here.